everyone. Welcome to Choose Loving Kindness episode number 7. We are here in Dubai with Bhante Sujatha. My name is Rashmi and I'm here with Umanga and Tenara. Hello.
Heyo.
And today we are going to be focusing on anger and frustration and why we feel anger and frustration. So, before we go on with the episode, I would like to tell you a little bit about how we met Bhante. And so Bhante and I met about 5 years ago.
Yeah, I think so.
And we met when he first came to Dubai. And we've been working with him for all these years. Whenever he comes to Dubai planning his trips, I've been to Sanatasuri in Sri Lanka, did a little retreat there about 2 years ago. And what Bhante does mainly in Dubai is that he comes here to mainly speak to the children and the parents in the country, because kids here have a lot of issues and a lot of problems and not many places where they can go and openly talk about these issues in safe spaces, as the country is still growing and opening up to these things. So Bhante is one of those people that comes to this country to help children, students and parents with their issues. So without continuing on further, let's start off with the episode. So first, Umanga is going to start us off.
First of all, thank you so much for this opportunity. And I can begin by asking, why do we feel anger and frustration?
Yeah. Thank you so much, everybody. I'm so happy to see you all, because I feel Dubai is like my second home now, because I have so many families and friends, and I feel so much connected to you guys because of children especially.
Yeah.
And sometimes I want to let you know a little bit about Dubai, my experience. When I come to Dubai, I know physically I'm exhausted end of the day because I'm spending time with children, which is beautiful, and also it's exhausting physically. Why I'm spending so much time, short period of time, many children, almost 300 children every year talking and listen to them, which is beautiful experience for me. And again, I'm so grateful you all, the organizing this trip every year, last 5 years, and giving me opportunity to share my wisdom with all the children in this region. And so when you talk about anger, I can see anger is a very common issue all the human beings experience in their daily life. So when you talk about anger, we have to think, why do we get angry?
Yeah.
Right? Why do you get angry? I want to ask you a question, Tenura. Why do you get angry?
Well, most of the time it's because people annoy me.
Right, people are annoying me. How about you, Manga?
I think I would say that too. But like sometimes when we don't meet the expectations, you feel anger with yourself.
Yeah, like one example is like, if we don't meet the expectations of someone, they tend to get angry.
Right.
So they tend to release all of that onto us.
So what I can see, when I can talk about myself. When I was a young monk, you all know I became a monk age 11, right? And so after I became a monk, I used to live with lots of young monks same age, like the almost 100 monks in the temple. It is really annoying. People think the temples are a very peaceful place, but like a school with all the young monks, it is not fun place, because all the different kind of mindset and I had to deal with. Can you believe I was a little angry monk? And I'm so open to say that I was angry. I made lots of problem in the school because of my anger and frustration. I projecting my anger to other people. So then what I realized, when I'm angry, even I'm a skillful person, I can see most of people, they don't like me. They think I'm almost like the suicide, I'm like a suicide bomb.
Like very different than other traditional monks.
Right, exactly. So then what I realized, that throughout my practice, when I growing as a monk, I realized anger, there is no any benefit for my life. There is no benefit. Why do I get angry? Because I want to see everything way I want. There, sometimes this, why we are get angry, no reason. No reason. Because I can see why we get angry, because of our weak emotions, because we have high expectations. Now think about why I get angry with my sister. Because I want to see, now Terura is laughing, and I want to see why I get angry with my sister, because I want to see everything way I want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to hear everything way I want. And not only people, sometimes we get angry with the climate. Now think about Dubai,
Yeah,
it's too
definitely.
hot. It is
So
too hot.
Too much.
So then I'm angry with, this is too hot. I start hating. And so then you can angry with the president of the country. You can angry with the politician, right? Why we get angry with them? Because of our higher expectation. We want to see things way we want. And then we want to control everything way we want. Way I want. When things are not going according to my wish, then I feel frustrated, then I feel angry, then I feel mad about people, then I start to criticize. That's why people are angry. So first thing we have to understand why we get angry, because of our higher expectation. We want to control them.
So would you say like anger is more of a poison towards us instead of the person we are actually angry towards?
So first, this is a very interesting question you ask. When you get angry, most harmful thing we are doing to ourselves first. How much we are, the poisoning ourselves, that much we are harming to the world. So that means when we have anger, that means we are drinking poison. We are, I call it a silent killer. Little by little we are killing. So it's very interesting when somebody get angry. Now in science it's already proved. And what will happen when we get angry? People, we poison the blood. We are giving that negative energy to our bloodstream. Now think about, the blood is very important in our immune system. So when we are sick, when you go to the hospital, what they do first? They check the blood. So checking the blood, they can figure out a lot. So when we get angry, what we are doing, we are poisoning our blood. Then all the poison blood going all over our bloodstream. Then we have all the physical problems after that.
Yeah.
Right? So now we have to be very careful. And also when you get angry, what will happen? Anger comes to our face. That's the first place we can see our anger.
Yeah.
Then all our facial muscles will change. So there's a research made in America. When somebody is smiling with love and kindness and compassion, 300 facial muscles are stimulating.
Holy.
300 facial muscles are stimulating. Now think about, when you get angry, what will happen to our facial muscles? Now think about, maybe you have some experiences. When you see angry people, do you think they are look beautiful or
No.
serene? And no, they are kind of very scary faces.
Yeah.
I call like demons.
Yeah.
Right? Demon faces. So when you do again and again and again and again, when you get angry, that negative impact really affecting to our face.
I don't know why people say you look cute when you're angry.
I
don't know how
I
that
don't know. People say it in the negative. Even we use the word cute,
Yeah.
but the hidden meaning, you are ugly.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's how I see anger.
Yeah.
In one of your previous sessions, when someone asked about anger and frustration,
Mhm.
you mentioned about attachment.
Uh-huh.
Could you explain that a bit more?
Yeah. So anger and attachment going together, I can see in somehow, because again, as I said, when people get angry, because they have some kind of attachment, the attachment, expectation, control, and everything coming from the same root.
Yeah.
Right? So we are attaching to something. We are attaching to our own expectations. So then our expectation is not going well. Then we get angry. That's
So
it.
attachments.
Yeah. So I think this is not the time to talk about about the attachment. We can talk about how to deal with anger
And frustration.
So when we are angry, when I am angry or when you are angry, when I see somebody is angry, I always thinking, this person or myself, I'm full of garbage. It's like almost like a garbage bin. So garbage bin is fun. No, it is smelly, stinky, and we don't like it when we are collecting garbage. What we are doing, we are carrying the garbage outside.
Yeah.
Right after we take the garbage outside, what we do to the garbage bin, we check inside, we clean it. Even we
Yes.
don't like a little bit of garbage inside the bin.
Mhm.
Why? That
Yeah.
little garbage also, smell. So that means we always get rid of the garbage. So I think anger is almost like a garbage, but it's the weak human emotion. But don't get angry with your anger. If you get angry with your anger, then you cannot find the solution. So now think about the example of the garbage. When you start, if you don't like the garbage, you have to clean them, you have to walk around them, you have to hide it, or you have to do something with the garbage. But if you start to hate garbage, then there is no benefit. But remember, one day garbage can turn into compost. Make sense?
Yeah.
So now if you get angry with your anger, then you cannot overcome with that. So don't be angry with your anger. What you have to do, you have to recognize, I am angry right now, which is okay. Accept that. Some people get angry, they say, no, I am not angry, I'm just disappointed. What is that? Disappointment also part of anger.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
people say, I'm not angry, I don't like it.
Yeah.
When you say I don't like it, it also another level of anger. Anger has a different levels in our minds. So we try to hide it and we try to make it sweet and justify our anger. Anger is anger. Anger is anger. So that what I'm asking, where you get rid garbage, we have to understand this is really bad, it's really affecting to my life. If it is affecting to my life, it is affecting to my family life.
Yeah.
Now think about, if your mother is angry at home, how do you feel? You feel so happy?
No.
No, your mother's anger also affecting to your life.
Yeah.
When your father is angry, is it affecting to your life?
Yeah.
When you get angry,
Yeah.
that also
It affects
affecting
your-
their lives.
their lives,
So
yeah.
that means taking care of your own anger, that means another way you are taking care of the whole world.
Yeah.
That's how I see it. Because I know the nature of anger because I was an angry monk so many years. Now I can talk. That's why people say I'm so loving and kind, but I am, but not always.
Yeah.
But I try my best
Yeah.
to go beyond the anger because I know anger there is no benefit. Yeah. So okay. Yeah. You have it?
Like we have to deal with people and anger all the time.
Mhm.
So there are these moments when you just cannot control it. Like they will push you and you will say something that could hurt everyone around you. So do you have any techniques to control those bursts? And
Yeah.
you don't say anything stupid and hurt everyone.
That's what I said. Now people. This is how people introduce me, Bhante Sujatha, the loving kindness monk. You
Yeah.
have seen that, right? But I'm always reminding people, I'm not. You have to be careful with me. I know I'm loving and kind, but if somebody try to play the game with me,
You become a snake.
I become a snake. I know how to play the game too.
Yeah.
So as I always telling that the cobra story, sometime when you are so, we are practicing opposite of anger, we are kind and gentle and very nice, then people try to misuse us. So in Western culture, we say always, don't be a doormat.
Yeah.
Right? Don't be a doormat. So what I'm asking, even you are practicing loving kindness, going opposite direction of anger, when sometimes people try to use your qualities. So then what you have to do, I'm always reminding people, anger is not a foolishness. When I'm kind doesn't mean I'm practicing foolishness. So that means you have to show them I'm a cobra. What cobra does? Hiss.
Waits until the
Right.
correct moment.
Yeah, cobra is a hissing. That means cobra is reminding everybody, I'm a cobra, be careful, but you have to hiss without poison.
Yeah.
That's how people going opposite of anger and become kind and compassionate people, but still they can stand, they can direct, and they can say things. But true compassion is inside, but you can hiss. So sometimes I use like an example, like genuine, kind, loving mother and the father. They care about the children. They love them. So sometimes some situation children are naughty or annoying, they know how to hiss. They are really good how to hiss. But even they are hissing, but so much love inside them.
Yeah.
But after 5 minutes later, they are totally fine, right? So that means they stand for the right thing.
That's
Okay.
right. Yeah, that makes sense.
Any other questions?
How about, so do you think that because you teach how to meditate and stuff, do you think that it definitely helps with us like dealing with anger and all these frustrations?
Actually, it's a very interesting thing. Last 17 years, I always teaching loving kindness meditation.
yeah.
When I teach loving kindness meditation, people know why we are practicing loving kindness, because of our anger issues.
Yeah.
Right? Because of our anger issues. I can see how many people change their lives because of the loving kindness practice. Because people love my analogy about the garbage.
Yes.
Right? They love the analogy
Yeah.
about the garbage, because I don't say, oh, you are angry person, you are bad, you are so bad, you go to hell or something like that. I never say that. Because I say right now, because of your attitude, because your actions are bad.
Yeah.
But you are a good person. You can change yourself.
Yeah.
So that's how I'm approaching to people. So as I said in the beginning, many people deal with these anger issues. So now I can see every day people getting better with that. And today actually very interesting, somebody sent me a WhatsApp message, and even I don't know this person, I never seen her. And however she found my information, she said she started listening to my YouTube channel.
Oh.
And then she said, I have an issue with my husband because of the anger and all the relationship matters. Now after I listen to some of your talks, I'm really following those techniques.
Yeah.
Then I can show it to you, that message. Then she said, I can see things change. Things change. We have a little bit better relationship now. I know my responses are. He is responding to me really nicely and kindly, and it's very interesting how much is changed. Then I send the message, be careful, don't be hurried, and it is a slow process, and I call always slowly is holy. Sometimes people get so excited to be better quickly, but no, it is a lifetime and lifelong process. So that means little by little people get the message. So with that confidence, when I hear those stories and keep continuing sharing this message to the world about the true practice of loving kindness, opposite of anger.
Okay.
Bhante, you've traveled like majority of the world. You've been to
okay.
multiple different countries. So you've obviously seen a lot of ways how people meditate, how they deal with anger and frustration. What are the different types of, how do I say this, like, how do people deal with anger and frustration in different parts of the world? Do you think there's a connection, or do you think it's like all different completely?
It's a very interesting question you ask, because I can see, sometimes I can see culturally we are different. Right? Now think about the Dubai culture is different. Now America, their culture is different. I was in Europe before I come here, totally different culture. So I can see anger is same everywhere. It's the same attitude people have because of the anger. Because our human conditions are the same. Because anger is one of our weak emotions, and because of that emotion, the way people's expectation, way people react, and is same. But their expectations are different. Their behaviors are different. But anger is anger. It doesn't matter this country or that country, this culture or that culture. Anger is anger. Like it's like a hunger, right? It's same. Everybody feels the same feeling when we get the hungry. So when people get angry, it's the same feeling. But because their expectations are different, because their cultural beliefs and their social norms are different, because of
So
that is only different.
So would you say like the way the society is run, that's how anger is controlled?
Right, exactly. Sometimes I can see certain things, when I'm here, people feel they don't like it, they are kind of disappointed about it.
Yeah.
But when I go to America, it's not a big deal at all.
Yeah.
That's why I said
Yeah,
it's
it's the
cultural.
culture.
But anger is anger come from many different shapes.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And also, I want to tell you something different about anger. I can see when people get angry, it's really affecting to our daily life. It's really affecting to our daily life, our relationship, our connection with other people. We lose our friendship with the people because of anger, and also our personal life. How it's affected our personal life. People have many problems with health because of anger, and also I can see lots of the sleeping disorders. They cannot sleep well.
Yeah.
Then Buddha said 11 benefit of practicing loving kindness opposite of anger, right? If somebody is somebody having anger issue, that person cannot sleep well. That's the first the effect when somebody is angry. The second one, then because of anger you cannot sleep well. Of course, then you cannot wake up well.
Yeah.
That's what happened. We all know that experience. You go to bed with anger issue and frustration and disappointment. Then you have a really bad night. Most of the night you sleepless.
And then it's also in your dreams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then your dreams are bad. Every area in our life that anger is connected. That's why I call it's a silent killer.
Yeah.
Silent killer. And also I experience when somebody is really go opposite of anger, becomes so kind and loving, his or her all the facial muscles will change, become very serene, kind and person. Then people feel even without words connected to that person. They feel I want to go and make a friendship with that person. Sometimes people want to say I want to give a hug.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right? Those good vibes are really radiating to other people.
Yeah.
Then what will happen? When you practice opposite of anger, your eyes become loving kindness, your smile become loving kindness, your touch become loving kindness. No need to even teach loving kindness. You are loving kindness after that. That means you can do it, I can do it, we all can do it. Because my goal is now, especially teaching to people power of love and compassion opposite of anger. It's a really beneficial to me. I know the benefit of it. I know how much it's affecting my personal life.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No, I think
I
you've
think-
explained it really well.
Okay, thank you.
You've given us such a interesting look on what anger is, and you've explained that. Well, I think you explained very well that we should not be maybe angry with the anger.
Right, exactly.
Right? Because it is just a natural human emotion. It's one of our weakest emotions,
Right.
but it is natural.
Natural.
So we just need to understand it
Uh-huh.
and just move on from it.
Right, exactly.
Simple.
So after you listening to me, Umanga, is there any message as a young lady you want to pass into the world? In your generation. Now you are 19, right?
Yes.
You are 19. Your generation. What is the message you are passing into your generation in this episode?
I think that we all need to practice loving kindness, and there's no shortcut to becoming this amazing person overnight. It is a slow process. Slowly is holy. And it's just gonna make you more beautiful in and out. So would you rather become a beautiful and very charming person, or you can become a rude mess?
How about Tenra?
Yeah.
Tenra, you have a message to pass to the world?
What she said. Actually, for people my age, like 15, listening to people like Bhante, monks who can speak English and learning their proper point of view, it's really good for people. At the same time, don't be kind so much. Be a snake, as he said.
Yeah.
Because
Remember to-
if you're not a snake, you cannot be loving kindness.
Right, exactly.
Remember to hiss, basically.
Yeah, remember to
exactly,
hiss.
Exactly. So I'm very happy to do my third, what is the number?
Seven.
Seventh episode of Loving Kindness with my good friends and my young friends in Dubai. And you did the perfect job. Thank you so
Oh,
much.
no, it's
All the
okay.
time
Thank
here
you
in
so
Dubai
much.
with you all. And so what I'm asking you all, you are our future generation. You are taking this whole message to the world, because I am really believing I can change one generation with love and compassion. That means we can change the whole world. That's what I'm believing. That's why I have lots of work to do. I'm so grateful you did this episode today. Thank you so much, everybody watching this episode. Stay tuned with me for Loving Kindness 8th episode somewhere in the world, maybe in Sri Lanka. Stay tuned. Thank you.
Thank you so much.